Hey, what's going on, everyone? All right, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Hopefully make this video relatively short, and hopefully everyone is enjoying this content of montage. Gained a couple new subscribers. Think we're up to 24 sexy and awesome subscribers. Didn't lose my train of thought. Just kind of really wanted to say this more so later in the video, but okay, let's go ahead and bang out the updates very quickly. No new SEC filings today. That's, I mean, they've been filing, Mullen's been filing 8Ks with press releases. No dilution or any other filings, which is extremely good because we've been used to that in the last two years. David Mitchery has not bought any shares. Let's see. So Mullen did drop some news today. What time was this? 9 o'clock. Let's see. Mullen adds one of the largest U.S. commercial dealers, EV2 dealer network, yada, yada, yada. All right, so if you are looking at Mullen from a long-term point of view and an investor's stance, this is good for this, but I mean, you don't have to be a brain surgeon to understand this. Investing in Mullen is Russian roulette. It truly is. I'm still holding on to some shares from the right below $3. I think I actually have some that I ended up getting it around like $2.80ish. But I'm still holding some shares. Right now, it's more so kind of a swing position for me. The yesterday video, I got obliterated during 2-day trades that I ended up taking. Last night was fun Taco Tuesday. Hopefully everyone had a good Taco Tuesday last night. Got a little more drunk than I should have. Woke up this morning with it was a rough morning, but oh well. Anyways, so news like this is fluff news. If you are a day trader, if you're swinging Mullen, news like this is not, it's news like this back in 2022 would get people excited. But news like this, it's not sales. I was really praying and hoping that we would get confirmation of sales. Then, that would have been, whoo! So, if Mullen really has a demand in the commercial EV space, and if they truly are selling these vehicles, we got to get a production update. We got to get a update on how many vehicles are sold. The press release a couple weeks ago said Mullen was shooting for 100 vehicle sale in the month of April. So it's beginning of May now. We got to get something. If we don't get anything, it's not going to be good, and I don't mean to disappoint anyone. I really am praying for a gigantic move up. I don't think anything crazy is going to end up happening, but I could be completely wrong. But I really do hope Mullen runs another 100, 200, 300%. That would be great. Everyone's making money. But right now, in my own personal opinion, I think it's going to be collection of revenue. I remember watching Business Dad. He made a video well over a year ago it was on a podcast of a couple people talking. I don't believe they were on Wall Street. Maybe they were. But anyways, this was back late 2022 or early 2023 when there was massive, massive hype that Mullen was going to have a MOAS, mother of all short squeezes. And pretty much in the video, these people were talking about how collection of revenue is going to be the catalyst. And I do believe that it will be a catalyst. Then we can actually you can actually properly evaluate Mullen from a investor's point of view. But right now, there's really nothing to go on. We have no revenue collected. We need to know guidance. Revenue collected. What do they project for this year? Give us something. Leave out profitability, because that just doesn't even. I mean, just tell us how many vehicles. Tell us if these vehicles are selling. That's what probably is going to scare the ever-living piss out of anyone who's shorting this stock. Really scared. Maybe they may even go long on the stock. Who knows? But otherwise, yeah. So this article was dropped today, and it really didn't do a whole lot. Let's go over to the charts now. All right, so we're on the 1 minute time frame here. So we'll get to the last portion of today, but let's go ahead and talk basically pretty much about what happened on market open at 4 in the morning. Nothing pretty much sexy ended up happening. We basically pretty much sold off. I believe we were already down around 4 or 5 in the morning, a good chunk. Let's see. I believe we were down like 6-7%, maybe even higher. Yeah, it was pretty much about 7%. This blue line here is pretty much what we ended up opening up at 4 in the morning. We ended up retesting what we opened up near 7 a.m., but then we basically pretty much just fell off. Market open, we had a nice little push up for a little bit, and then pretty much we just fell. Got below the S1, this blue line here, the first support area. Pretty much tried to break out above where we opened up or pushed up as soon as market opened, then pretty much just kind of failed. Now, going into the last portion of the day, today was the FOMC meeting. Powell came out, and I was actually out listening to a live stream. I mean, from what I heard at 2:45, 2:55-ish, it was dovish. But from what I saw, because all the stocks were rallying. Yeah, it's the ETF, SPYs, the Qs, everything was rallying. Even SoFi was rallying, but everything basically got cut short. I'm not entirely sure what this massive sell-off was in the last 30 minutes of the market. If I had to guess anything, I honestly think probably people that ended up taking a position maybe last week when Mullen was in the mid or low threes pretty much exited their position. Because the shares that I have in my low three, like the reason I'm still holding shares is because I'm also still up on my position too. So theoretically, I am swinging Mullen at the moment, but you got to also think in terms of people that just want to get a quick buck off Mullen. I mean, yes, if I see a day trade opportunity in Mullen, I'm going to take it. You would be stupid if you did not take a day trade if you could. Or even if you took a swing position and you could. There is nothing wrong with swinging a stock that you believe in and also love. I'm a Palantir bull. And me personally, I actually just exited a position of mine on Palantir. I was up about 6-7%. And I've also been trading Palantir for the last year too. But in my personal opinion, this is not financial advice. I honestly think Palantir is going to have a poopy earnings. And the reason why is because SoFi had an amazing earnings and they fell off a cliff. So I don't think that their earnings really matters. I think it's more so guidance. And even though SoFi gave amazing guidance, I don't know what happened to them. But yeah, so something definitely funky happened. If I had to take a guess about what this waterfall is, I would probably say shorts probably did a lot of this. And at the same time, probably a lot of people saw that the overall market was being pushed down a little bit. And maybe they decided to exit their position, which is not, I mean, it happens, guys. That's just the way that price trading stocks, are. You got to be thinking about this. You got to be thinking about other people's mindset. If you are such a Mullen bull, I'd like to return how I used to feel on Mullen 2 years ago, but I can't get there mentally until we actually see a sales. Is Mullen actually selling these vehicles? But the bad part about it is that, let me double check Webull and let me double check Robinhood. I think we are below the 35 mil market cap. Yeah, we're back at 32 million. So we got 29 trading days again. Let's go to the daily time frame, the 1 day. Let's take a look at how the Keltner channel is doing. Volume on today also was significantly lower. Significantly lower. Yeah, 5.8 million compared to 50 million yesterday, and of course 72 million the day before. So here's the good and here's the bad. The bad is that we are pulling back. The good is that we aren't pulling back to all-time lows. I am knocking on solid wood, just so you all know. That is the good. Maybe something is going to end up happening May 10th. Mullen, historically, all throughout like 2022, 2023, they were late on their earnings. So I don't know if Mullen's actually going to drop their earnings or not. The previous earnings that Mullen did drop, they actually did drop on time, which is pretty remarkable. Surprised a lot of people, but it was not good. So this is the Keltner channel. Highly recommend looking at this, especially for... Keltner channel is really good for swing trading. Better than actually looking at EMAs or SMAs on the daily time frame, in my opinion. So the Keltner channel, this middle blue line, is $4.16. Obviously, the lower line is near our all-time low. But Mullen has not been in this area, like I said in the past couple videos, ever since really back in February when we started. We obviously had this massive push up above the Keltner channel, but we did not break the upper band. We haven't done this in over about a year, which was pretty crazy. I said this in yesterday's video. A couple beers deep. I'm proud of myself. So, good and bad. Good, we're still above the Keltner channel. Daily RSI is 54. The RSI is pointing down. It's MACD. It's on the other hand, it's other. So whenever you're trying to base your opinion on where a stock may go, if you have all the indicators pointing up, that tells you everything's looking up and looking really good. If you have one indicator that's pointing up, one indicator that's pointing maybe up, another one pointing down, it's not terrible. Obviously, if all your indicators are pointing down, that's not good. But as we see, the MACD, still beautiful parallel going on here. RSI is pointing down, but that can obviously level out or change definitely with news. Mullen definitely runs on news. The Keltner channel itself, though, as we basically see here on the lower band, you see the lower band kind of, it looks like it's just descending, right? Same thing with the upper band. You see here where the upper band is kind of pointing upward. The Keltner channel itself is still on a incline up. The bottom band is kind of really flat, leveling. It's not terrible. So, like I said, there's good and bad to this situation, but we just really need confirmation of sales. That's going to be the catalyst. And then the big push is going to be definitely the $7.33. We were double topping like crazy yesterday. So that's going to be a very hard level to break. Same thing with the high 9s, the 10s. Then after that, we got to get over 15. Got to get over 21, I believe. 30, 32. So we need reason to get over that stuff. And I can't remember if I said this yesterday. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't, but I'll go ahead and say this again. What would you rather have? Would you rather have Mullen go on a 700% run for 3 weeks, like we did back in March of 22, or would you rather have Mullen squeeze 700% in 1 day, and then it's disastrous for so many other people? How many people made money back in March of 22 if you were trading Mullen back then? I made a ton of money. Now, I ended up losing all that money because I became a involuntarily investor in Mullen. Lessons learned. But I made a ton of money trading those 3 weeks, practically near a month. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't have any EMAs on the screen. I didn't know how to properly read the RSI. I really didn't even know what the RSI was. Now that I know all this stuff, I feel confident that I can make a lot of money. Obviously, I'm still holding some shares. And to be perfectly honest, me personally, I'm thinking about mapping out accumulation areas where maybe if Mullen does get down to a certain area, maybe I'll start picking some shares back up. Because typically whenever I do swing Mullen, it's either like 50-50 chance I make money. Day trading, surprisingly, is like 90% of the time I make money. Yesterday was a 10%, but the day prior was definitely the 90%. I made a very decent amount Monday. But we really just got to see what this month brings, and this month is going to be crucial to Mullen, significantly crucial. Mullen leadership, hopefully they turn stuff around. I'm really praying they do, and they really come to the plate and step up and actually buy their own stock. Anthony Noto, the CEO of SoFi, buys his own company stock. It's like, come on, man. Like, if I was the CEO of a publicly traded company, maybe I'm not. I don't know the lifestyle that David Mitchery is living. I don't know if David is like near bankruptcy on his own terms. I don't know. But I mean, the dude obviously is taking a salary, being the CEO of Mullen. I think long-term shareholders just need confirmation, just saying, hey, like, we're on the right track here. All this stuff that Mullen's doing, all the partnerships, all the dealerships, the California giving them the vouchers, the RRDS, I think that is, the government potentially contracts that could come or approval. Everything's on the right track, but I don't know. And the reason why shorts are so invested in Mullen is because they look at the leadership and they're like, yo, you don't really believe in your own company, do you? I mean, that's their reasoning. We got to see what tomorrow holds. Like I said, a little bit of good today, a little bit of bad. But just remember that we had a massive run-up this week. Massive run-up. Actually, we've been on a massive run since Wednesday of last week. If you really think about it, look, we ran 48% Wednesday last week, pulled back. We had a very small green day. Then we ran practically 140%. Obviously, yesterday, was a pull. Obviously, today's a hard pullback too. But hey, if we are on a run, then there's gonna be pullbacks. But we just gotta take it one day at a time. Don't take this as financial advice, and just be careful with Mullen. Like I said, it is very dangerous to lose money. Don't leverage yourself too far like I did during 2022, and just play it safe. Otherwise, take it easy, everyone. Thank you all for watching, and I really appreciate everyone who does actually watch these videos. All right, catch you guys in the next